Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for allowing me into your now moment. I'm very grateful to be in your presence. It is truly an honor, and I come with some information that I feel will assist you going forward and help you get a better understanding of some of the challenges you may be facing as an old soul and what they might mean for you down the road and how you can better find purpose and understanding of your current situation through those problems. But first thing I want to do, one of my mentors, Emily Harrison, maybe you're familiar with her, sent out a message on Facebook that I felt was really relevant to the message I'm about to share and the downloads that came in. So I just want to say that real quick. So you don't have problems. You are not the problem. You are divine intelligence embodied, here to observe the problem, thereby activating its solution. And I don't know about you, but when I read those words, man, it sent a bolt of energy through my being. And that's something that I think about a lot because the truth is, some of you have issues that you're carrying around that you're meant to learn how to solve. And I want to remind you that the point of this ascension process is not simply to acquire knowledge. It is not to just learn about the Pleiadians and your galactic heritage and your Akashic inheritance. It is not to learn about the masters and what they were doing and absorbing their teachings. It is to become the Pleiadian. It is to become the master. And you do that through mining your Akashic records that exist in your DNA. When these cosmic beings are being channeled, all they talk about is how great you are and how capable you are and how much you came here to accomplish. So, if you are an old soul listening to this message, chances are you've lived many, many lifetimes, hundreds, whatever the case is for you specifically. Know that there is a lot of experience stored in your DNA. So this is your most active Akashic records. It is for your personal journey and story here on this planet. So then you also have the planetary Akash, which Kryon has referred to as the pool of souls. It is the knowledge, the experience, and the wisdom and energy of all beings that have walked this earth since the grid system was created here and implemented by the Pleiadians. So along with these two, if those were not powerful enough, there is also the cosmic Akash, which also contains all knowledge and wisdom throughout the cosmos and space and time. And you, being the great I Am itself, in the flesh, have access to all of these different systems. They exist in your DNA right now. And you are being asked to go and get specific pieces of your DNA and call them forward so that you can retrieve the knowledge that they contain and the skills that they contain and learn how to cultivate those and apply them to your life and your current situation to help the planet, to help your family, to help all beings who exist here. Because as you ascend, the planet ascends. As the planet ascends, the galaxy ascends, the cosmos ascend. And even though this little game we're playing can seem really small scale, it is a big deal. It is a big deal to your cosmic brothers and sisters and all those who observe here. They are fully invested, and they ask that you be fully invested. So in bringing forward these traits of mastery, it is part of the process to learn and to acquire knowledge. And in doing so, you illuminate those pieces of DNA. So let's say you learn about the Pleiadians. Well, it illuminates that piece of DNA that you already knew about the Pleiadians. You came here and that was wiped away from you. But obviously, crossing paths with that knowledge is going to activate that part of you that remembers. So a lot of old souls, the beginning of the awakening process is solely based on acquiring knowledge and consuming knowledge and educating yourself and filling that cup of wisdom that we all carry around. And there are a massive number of old souls right now that are walking around with illuminated DNA, just waiting for those traits and skills to come forward to be used. And the issue right now, some of this is by design. Obviously, you are where you're meant to be, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and all things are timed divinely. But we get to the point where acquiring that knowledge is no longer required, and we need to be comfortable with our own wisdom. And that's not to say that you stop learning. The process of learning in this universe, in one of these vessels, will always be at the front and center of our experience. However, you cannot activate those pieces of DNA and bring them to the surface unless you are practicing these teachings. And to go back to what I said before, many of you are facing issues that you're being asked to cultivate the solution from your DNA. Some of these issues require what seem like impossible measures to overcome. And luckily you're here because old souls only deal in the impossible. That's why all the stories you hear are of miracles taking place and insurmountable odds being dwindled away to nothing. It's what we do. So you may have that issue, and that issue is a means to activate that piece of DNA. It's supply and demand. You have a need. That need is accompanied by a piece of DNA, and you as an old soul have the experience and the knowledge to go get that. And something I remember from a Kryon channeling a while ago, to mention Kryon again, I know you all are mostly Kryon fans, as I am. So let's say you have someone who is unhealthy and they need to work out, but the thought of working out is unbearable to them. But they find a way to make it happen. They find a way to change their habits and to get into a routine, and then 6 months down the road, they're just obsessed with working out. They can't go a day or two without it. They now need that exercise in order to exist in a peaceful, healthy way. And this is a way that they couldn't necessarily comprehend before because they were stuck in an energy and they only knew what they knew. But what they did was they decided to take action. They decided to use their free will and their intent to attach to a timeline where they were that healthy self, where they were that person that was motivated to work out, where they became that athlete that had energy and wanted to motivate themselves to meet their peak physically. So the same goes with all this spiritual work. Let's say you want to develop your psychic abilities. Let's say you want to get into automatic writing or lucid dreaming. Well, it all starts with a decision point, and that decision point is going to attach you to the timeline where you become a master at whatever it is. And something that stops us from trying a lot is the fear of failure. And that's something that's very hard to get over, and it comes from years of conditioning, being told that we're not good enough, especially with old souls, because old souls get beaten down a lot on their path because of how different we are. But if you can make a decision that you want to be proficient at automatic writing, let's just use that as the example here, and you sit down, you're writing, and you don't let the negative voices in your head tell you that you should quit or you're not good enough or it's not coming together for you, and you fully embrace the process of learning and you attach yourself to that timeline where you do become the master in that. That's a big deal, and you are being asked to take that action now and to see yourself on that timeline of mastery clearly. So all of this stuff you've been learning over the years is finally coming together, and you are being asked to take action and exercise those spiritual muscles that are going to allow your DNA to activate itself within your field with that ancient knowledge and wisdom that you have acquired throughout the ages, throughout space and time, that belongs to you. Because it is your birthright to remember and to reacquire these things. And if you've started things and stopped, it's because your intent wasn't pure at the time, or it was decided that it wasn't time because it wasn't going to come together for you at that moment. Right now, you are being asked to look at the challenges facing you and find the will to overcome these obstacles, and in doing so, you will find your purpose in helping others overcome the same issues that many of our brothers and sisters here are facing, who don't necessarily have hope that there is a solution. But here comes the old soul with the solution, and together we change realities, we change paradigms, we break people free from the linear programming and attach them to those higher timelines like we've done ourselves. So hopefully this will give you some motivation and some inspiration going forward to step it up a notch in your spiritual efforts, and know that you have a lot to offer this place, and it goes way beyond maybe what you've been told in the past. So thank you guys again for watching. The last few videos have really taken off because you guys helping me out a lot by commenting and liking and being more active. As far as that stuff goes, it's gone a real long way for us, so I very much appreciate that, and I'm grateful for all of you who are giving such positive feedback, and just know that it means a lot to me, and I read every comment, and very grateful. Thank you.